Okay, so this player opened, Spraggy flatted, I overcalled the big blind with queen 10 off. This hand is a 0% fold on this flop. It's barely obvious that this hand can't fold. Queen high backdoor flush draw, no chance. This is a thing that you have to deal with. I think as the player closing the action, I'm supposed to have wider calls here. Like, I think Spraggy is basically playing the nuts or fold. And I'll look this up later for myself. But, I think he has aces a lot, ace king a lot, king jack, that's good. Boom! That's awesome! Let's fucking go, baby! Woo! Let's fucking go! That was dope. Yes! Yes! That was sweet. Yeah, so I think that, I think as the player who's 7.5, 12, 19, this is really fast. Sage really fast, this 7's really fast. Yeah, I think so. Ah, fuck. It's okay. Obviously, it's fine. But yeah, I think that, like, you know, when this player jams 7.5 big blinds, does this guy just snap it in with 7s? Yeah, he does. Did he snap it in with like ace-8 suited? Yeah, he does. Okay, fine. Then fuck it. We're running it with 9s. What do the magnets do? So when you suck the blood out, so when you have cauliflower ear, the ear kind of like it fills up with blood. Then you drain it with a needle. You pull all the blood out, but the blood will just fill back up. You've basically damaged the cartilage, and the blood will just fill back up, and it'll just pop again. If you just don't apply any pressure. So what the magnet does is it pinches it, essentially, and it applies pressure so that there's nowhere for the blood will not fill the pocket back up, essentially. So, and there are actually consequences for getting cauliflower ear. It's not just aesthetics. If it was just aesthetics, honestly, I'd probably just said fuck it. But you pay a price in terms of like hearing quality. So like throughout your life, right? So as you age, I'm already 34. So when you're 17, you don't really think about aging, but when you're 34, you do. So you start to think about it at least a little bit. And this is definitely a PSB turn situation. Maybe a modest overbet is appropriate, but it's going to be such a small overbet. It's just simpler to simplify the pot. Yeah, like you end up with like if you actually get cauliflower and you suffer from it, you end up increasing the probability that you go deaf. You end up increasing we still jam obviously on the river. He has boats that beat me sometimes, but he has lots of trips combos that don't. He has ace 10 and ace 5 in this range, probably pretty close to, and ace 4, probably pretty close to full weights. Ace 5 is a good check raise on the flop, but a lot of people won't do it. So he could be fully weighted boats that beat me, but still just more likely as trips. See? More likely just has trips. Got a jam. Got him. We got him. Oh, that's good. That's good. We have a lot of chips. We have a lot of chips. Oh, 5s. Okay. Fade the king and the queen. Okay, that's a lot of outs. Boom. Final table. There we go. I mean, it's tempting just to put them in. It's easier. I don't know that that's the right answer, though, without blockers. Even against 15 big blind stack, it could be from the cutoff against the hijack. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna look this up later in ICM adjusted BBZ charts. It definitely feels better. Like it's the chippy V answer, so it feels right just because that's what you do in chips. But there's something about it, like cutoff hijack, that doesn't feel right to me right now, so I called. But maybe I'm just being dumb. Yeah, I mean this is the part of the range that folds in this situation. Yeah, ace jack. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that hand has a lot of equity against mine. That's the issue. The issue is when he has a king or aces, I'm dead. And then when he has ace jack, he's got a lot of outs. And like I said, it is ICM adjusted, which should make it difficult to take the line that he took. Like I love Spraggy. Like I think he's awesome. But I do think also that ace jack specifically is probably the hand class that he wants to jam from in this stack depth. Like he's the shortest stack. I think he probably wants to jam ace jack pre-flop. But again, I would have to look this up. But like I think into the chip leader here, I don't really know that he wants to open not all in with ace jack off. I think he should just probably be jamming. So my interpretation was that this range was more polar, that it's like it doesn't include as much ace king offsuit, because I think he wants to jam that too. It doesn't include much ace queen offsuit because I think he wants to jam that too. So I think that when this player I think when Spraggy raises there, I actually think this is a fold here in this situation, or at least close enough to a fold that I'm comfortable folding it. Yeah, I think that like ace king, ace queen, ace jack, they should probably jam, and then he ends up with like king queen maybe, or king jack, or king 10 a lot. Like king jack is a good way to do this. King jack, and I don't think he's opening like jack 10 offsuit. I don't think he should be opening like that wide of a range into the chip leader here, over there, wherever it was. So I thought I was up against like a more polarized range, and if like when he raises, because he could jam pre. So if I'm up against a more polarized range, do I want to reshove nines? Like if I'm up against ace 5 or aces, do I want to reshove nines? Or like if I'm up against king jack offsuit or ace 5 or aces, do I want to reshove nines? I don't know, not really. Like, you know, it didn't strike me as like being particularly good. Maybe it's still the best answer though. Do I want to reshove ace 5 suited myself? That sounds actually pretty reasonable. I mean, I block aces. I have decent equity against kings, which is obviously another hand you can min raise. I don't really want to call against like with my ace 5 against his ace 5 and his king jack, right? So I think I'd 3-bet him with like the nuts, and I think I felt like flatting 9 seemed fine, but I didn't expect him to have much. I didn't expect him to have much ace jack in the king queen scenario. I expected him to have ace 5. But I didn't, you know, sometimes. But I didn't think he'd have much of it. Like maybe ace 5 suited, maybe ace 7 suited. But like a lot of those hands can also jam, right? There we go. Had to win a pot eventually, right? He's gonna fucking force it. Just like fucking bet till we get there. Just keep fucking going. Like, jeez, it's hard to win a pot off these guys. We gotta put the moves on. What's going on, guys? Our Black Friday sale is now live. That's 20% off all of my products at BBZPoker.com. That includes my newest bundles, the Moving Up Bundle and the River Simplifications Bundle. Again, both are now live with discounts of 20%. You'll also receive 20% off my video series. That's the Quantitative Strategy series, as well as the BBZ Fundamentals series. These newest videos in the Fundamentals series cover all of the most common spots in No Limit Hold'em, all of the most important spots in No Limit Hold'em, and they do it in a very comprehensive way that's really well organized for you, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Keep an eye on our socials for giveaways, and head over to BBZPoker.com right now to take advantage. So fours is a call, and a call that we can feel pretty good about. That's interesting. I don't see any reason to let Spraggy realize some equity. Sad face. You think about all of the combos that Spraggy can have to call with to a 4 big blind jam, like king queen, king jack, ace 10, ace 9, ace 5, ace 3, ace deuce, etc. Like there's just so many of those types of hands, and then the hands that offset those hands are like aces and kings, like the hands that he actually wants to run it with against me, like aces and kings. I thought about 3-betting this hand. Again, I think it's like it's whatever. I think it's close. Again, if I had a relevant spade, might conceive of bluffing. If I had jack 10, I might bluff. Just because I lose to like king highs, when I have a king high, I block king jack, I block king 10, which are like maybe hands that he might show up with to check back and call the turn bet with. So if I had a spade, if I didn't have a king in my hand, if I had 10-8 suited, jack 10 suited, jack 8 suited, king jack, king of spades, king 10, king of spades, something like that. GG Sprags. GG, brother. Unlucky. Unlucky at the end. I think I could jam this. 3-bet calling it sucks, I think. That's my opinion. I think 3-bet calling this equity blows. So basically just either call or jam. It's a good flop for ace king. tempting to double float. It's probably a good idea. Like this hand probably calls better than like nines, which is like a large part of the rest of my range. I tried. This is actually a really good hand for 4-betting my opponent with. Doesn't feel like it's a good time for it. I don't usually read into timing, but I'll use a randomizer. I don't really want to fucking 4-bet though, so I'm gonna fucking require a pretty fucking high number. I rolled a 1. I literally rolled a fucking 1. So that's nice, because I didn't fucking want to do it. I would have forced myself to do it with that hand though. If I rolled a sufficiently high number, but I wonder if I'm supposed to just fucking jam here. It feels like it's good. I think that this player has to fold like ace, queen, and ace jack with this player's stack. And I don't think this player has, I think this player's like has hands that almost all have to fold. Like his players like 9s and 10s and things that they can call with, but I don't even think they're great calls. This feels like a really cool hand to just jam pre. But again, I don't know how good it is. It's not like a situation that I've studied very much. Drags the pot there though. What are you doing here in a $55 tournament? This is what runs. I have this open, this time slot open to stream, to create content, to play poker, and these are the games that run at this time slot. And I said I had this time slot open, but it's not as open as I thought it would be. Actually, I'm gonna run into some problems, I think, pretty soon. All right, later, guys. I'll be back. Let's see. What hands do we fold? King 5, King 9, 8-3, 6s, 5-3, Queen 5, 7-3, 7-5. Let's not misclick while we do this. Jack 10, Ace 3, 6-5, Queen 3, 10-7, Queen Deuce, 4s. Okay. 9-10 suited. That's it. I didn't fucking fold aces. There you go. It's a nice time for a shitty ass distribution of cards. There we go. Was the sitting out part of a strategy? Yeah, the strategy to go pick up my daughter from school. That was the backbone of the strategy. Chair theory optimal. I like that one too. How long's he been gone? I don't know. Long enough to fold like 15 hands, but they all sucked, so it's fine. This seems fucking close. This might not have been the play. I'll have to look it up later. I feel like there's no way that 9-8's not a jam. 7-8 I'm not sure if limping's better. Ugh, this is really fucking interesting with 20 bigs here. I don't know. It might be better to call. I'd have to look it up to know. Yeah, that sucks. I ran 8s into 9s. It might be better to call there. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up later. We made a little bit. We didn't win a bunch, but we did make a little bit. We also had like some KOs and things in other games, so we probably won a couple $100. We didn't win anything significant, but yeah, I mean, like the 8s there, it seems really close between calling and jamming. It might even be like a situation where it's better to call with 8s because of the playability and better to jam like deuces or something. Buy the BBZ seminars. Follow me on Twitch. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Get 20% off all poker training at BBZ Poker for the month of November. Visit the link in our bio.